Hello, wait for it. All right, we're live on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube today. That was a thumbnail for the Facebook. As many of you know, I've been working on a 21-day poetry challenge. I've been sort of taking my thoughts, emotions, ideas from the day, sort of putting it into a poem and sort of dropping it out. Hello, Dexy. Hello, Josh. One of the things that is somewhat relevant is today and tomorrow are Prime Day, where Amazon pretty much decided, you know what, Christmas comes around once a year. Let's make a second Christmas so we can sell a bunch of stuff and make up a bunch of reasons to mark things down in price. So I asked myself, is there anything that I really want? So I binged on a couple things. I bought a couple pieces of equipment so that the camera on my iPhone here, that'll get better. I'm going to get a stand for it. So for those of you on Instagram, Hallmark holiday talk. Yeah, we're not talking really about holidays, but hello, Anthony. Yeah, I got a couple things for my phone to sort of improve the quality via those. Hey, Sleep Master. Hey, Dev. And I also decided to finally get an Alexa Dot an Echo Dot. So there was a 2-pack. I figure I'll have one for it'll be sort of my alarm / wake up, and then I'll have one sort of in an office, or I might bring one to the classroom. And one of the reasons I'm excited about it is because I read the book Crushing It by Gary Vaynerchuk. And one of the things he talks about is that he goes through all the social media platforms. He goes through Musical.ly, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, YouTube, podcast. And I feel like I'm missing one. He didn't talk about Vine, but Twitter. So he goes through all these different ones, and he said there's one big land grab coming up. Land grab meaning there's a bunch of empty space where people haven't really wandered into yet, and there's an opportunity for a bunch of us to start creating on a platform before it's a popular platform. So he said that the next big land grab he thinks will be audio content, audio first, on these type of devices. So the Google Homes out there, hey Sam, the Google Homes out there, the Echoes. So he said we can make Alexa skills. So what that is you have an Alexa and you say, Alexa, what's my morning briefing? And the idea is it's sort of like a news feed. So when you go on Facebook, it kind of gives you a rundown of all the stuff you haven't seen since the last time you logged in. YouTube, you have a feed for everything. But the idea of the Echo Dot is to give you sort of a briefing, probably the weather, maybe a little bit of news, maybe tip of the day or quote of the day or something. And tonight I wrote my poem a little bit about my frustrations of something that I hope the thing that I want to create can solve. So I'm going to do the poem first, and then I'll talk a little bit about it. I hope you guys like this one. It's a little ranty at the beginning, and then I think it gets a little more positive. So just a reminder, pretty much all my poetry is on some level sort of stream of consciousness. So it doesn't always make sense. Sometimes words just come out of my brain. As long as they're not swears, I usually write them down as long as they're not inappropriate. So just that I can't take no more of these quoted boards. Focus your energy on what you want. Say a piece of wood while we dye it Lucky Charms on. Be the change you wish to see in the world. Walk on saying, wish they didn't miss the garbage can. You think you can or you think you can't. You're right. So we pop out words talking like we ain't right. A journey starts with the first step while we haven't left the couch yet and click to the channel next. Don't judge a book by its cover while we pass on by all those people wearing ugly colors. It's hard to hear all these quotes when applied right might make the world bright. Then watch as we spay the wisdom of these words away by acting the opposite way. I want to and plan to be the change I wish to see in the world. So I will work with the Henry and challenge my words. I plan to listen to these books and implement some of the knowledge I took and produce more than the content I consume as I look. It's easy to flip through the gram getting tanned by all these bright bright coats casting UV strokes than taking actionability of these as a joke. I'm broke. I want to see people respect these words by getting a steady dose. I don't want to see them fill up with their hopes, then look back and think like those words they croaked. Alexa's taken over. 1 in 6 fams in America owns one. It's been chosen as the place that we get more of our information. So I look forward to creating a life savings of useful quotations that aren't just to raise us, but kick us into action. No more relaxing, just passing these items like trying to do a January like your taxes. This is the work. This is where it hurts, to challenge and push the consumer to not just consume, but produce. To just think, aha, and stay glued to their ways, talking in a daze, but rather power through their days. No more false plays. The actionable quote, get ready to drink it down your throat. A land grab, Gary says. It's a hypocritical to not act on this insight, hence. So I don't know if it was clear in any of that, but what I tried to do is point out a couple of the quotes that I feel like I really often hear people talking about, and then they don't do anything about them. So one of them is like, focus your energy on what you want in life. And then we go and complain about stuff. And I said, like, you know, I feel like all the time, like you go to the paper store, right? The Hallmark paper store, and you see all these like really pleasant, like they look like they belong on a beach or something, like a board with like the paint on it. And it's kind of nice. It's got these great quotes on it. And they sit there in our homes and we don't do anything about them. You know, you flip through Instagram, you see like a nice background picture or someone like working hard at the gym. And then it's a motivational quote about doing those things. And we just keep flipping through and we just keep going past it. And we don't breathe it in. We don't take it on. So one of the things that I wanted to do is create an Alexa skill where not only I share a quote of the day, which is, I had said I wanted to create a life savings of quotations. I want to have a quote of the day, but I want to share how it can be actionable. So probably that'll look like giving an example of how a lot of people could use it. So for example, one of them was, be the change you wish to see in the world. I've literally seen this in person before. Someone walks by I did see this before. Someone walked by a trash can. I was walking with them. I was like, I don't know, I was in New York or something. And they said, oh man, people are idiots. I wish someone would actually try to get their trash into the can. There was like trash next to the bottom of the trash can. And I thought to myself, wow, they're going to complain about it and not do anything about it, not actually put it into the trash can. So I didn't want to embarrass them. I didn't want to straight up call them out. I think someone looked back and chuckled, but like I went over and picked the trash up and put it into the trash can for them. Another one is like, if you think you can or you think you can't, you're right, by Henry Ford, one of my favorites. People say that all the time, and then they say they can't do things, and it's like it's so hypocritical to quote that or to, you know, read it or breeze by it on Instagram or have it in your house, post it up somewhere on the fridge or you know, on the wall, and then not act accordingly. So really what I want to do is I want to create something that people can listen to and take action on and have a better idea of how to take action on it. The idea is the Alexa skills, you don't want them to be more than 1 or 2 minutes, which I feel like I've gotten pretty good at coming up with like small actionable things. I mean, I've come to really enjoy doing sort of long form streams and stuff and video content. But I mean, my entire book is all like 1 to 2 page chapters. So I'm all about the bite-sized things that we can actually do stuff about. So what I plan to do, so I'm on Amazon, I bought an Echo. So I'm looking forward to testing it out, see how it works, see how it's useful to me. I'm hoping I can figure out how to use, so this is what I said to my mom, I would love to learn how to do, or maybe create a program to do it, is what I want to do is say, hey, Alexa, so like wake up in the morning, my alarm goes off or something. Say, hey, Alexa, do you have any new comments on my YouTube videos? And be like, yes, you have 3 new comments. Be like, good, what, can you read the first one to me? And then they read the first one to me. Be like, and then I would love for Alexa to say, would you like to comment back to it? And then you'd be like, yes, I would like to say XYZ. And they'd said, this is what I heard you say. Kind of like what Siri does when you try to, like, I was explaining to one of my coworkers how to do hands-free texting on using Siri, like while you're driving. And I like that you speak it out loud and Siri says, this is what I think you said. And then you can be like, yep, that's what I said, send it. So I would love to be able to do that with YouTube comments, because all the time in the morning, I don't want to open my eyes. Like, I'm just laying there in bed, especially if it's like a peaceful morning and I don't have to be like up immediately. And it's like, I want to be in action, but one of the things that's hard is when you have the sleepy eyes, you just don't want to get out of bed. But I think that if I had Alexa to talk to in the morning, be like, hey, what's going on my YouTube feed? Like, are there any new comments? And then I can hear it, can be inspired by it. Like, oh, nice, someone had a legit comment. And then I can respond back to it without even opening my phone. Like, that super excites me. So from what I understand, you can train these sort of assistants to help you out. So I'm hoping I can figure out how to do that with Alexa. I don't know if it's been done before, but it'd be pretty cool if I could figure that out. And I want to build a Google skill. And as I'm building that, I don't know if any of you actually have Echoes at home. But that's one of the things that I plan on doing, is talking a bit more about that as I develop them. But apparently there's 1 in 6 households in America has some sort of voice assistant, whether that's a Google Home or it's an Alexa Dot, or an Alexa. Sorry, I keep saying Alexa Echo. So I think it said, I know there's like 350 million Americans. I don't know how many households there are, but I think the article I read back in like 2017 was like 30 million households had one. Is that too high? I feel like that's kind of high. Either way, there's a lot of Echoes out there, and I want to start showing up in people's like mornings. I want them to hear quotes that they can actually take action on, and I want them to be that kind of punch in the face that Gary often offers me in the morning. For a stint of time, I would wake up, go into the bathroom, and brush my teeth and watch Gary Vaynerchuk just kind of inspire me awake, being like, look, you complain about X, Y, and Z, stop complaining. You have it easy. Like, start grinding. And that would help me wake up in the morning. So I want people to hear inspirational quotes that they can be like, oh, that's nice, and then do something about it. That's my rant. Let me check out these comments. Last 2020 junior, so happy my parents back when you planning for school. Sleep Master, it sounds like you're on a different wavelength from what you were talking about last night. I'm glad to hear it. Sounds like you're in better spirits. This is gonna be the best school year, so hope you have a great time at school. Yeah, just got a new schedule. Mail is class I'm taking this year. Nice. Devin Collins says, I can't wait to go back to school. Top 10 things I would never say. It's a new semester. All the drama and stress will go away, hopefully. I like your positive, keep master sleeping. Me through. School's always better when you buy a new backpack and school supplies for the next school year. Dude, I cannot even think about school supplies right now. Don't get me started. I mean, the Echo Dot, I think I'll probably end up bringing to my classroom, but I'm not seeing it as like, so I'm not ready to think about that right now. It's fun. It's at Purdue, and it's where we explored top 4 engineering choices plans here. Cool. Well, that was pretty much, oh, hey, Courtney. That was pretty much all I had for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the poem. And yeah, I'm excited for the Echo to come in. I'm excited to start using it. I'm also excited. I'm going to be doing more interviews again. So I did sort of a bunch of them, I think, in June. And I plan to start increasing that again. Oh, 2 shout outs. We still have her up here. So Amy Tilley is she hasn't created anything, but she commented on one of these videos of me doing poetry, saying that's one of the things she wanted to do before. I think she said it was like her senior year in high school. So I'm calling her out and challenging her. If you can fine. I tell you what, I don't know how you would contact her because I'm her only subscriber right now. But she doesn't have any content and she wants to start, and I want to be the kick in the butt. So I'm putting in the comments if you guys can open that. I don't know how to communicate with her besides finding her comment again, and maybe I'll have to go find that after. But if you guys subscribe to her, I wonder if that'll help push her into doing her first poem and actually like doing it out on YouTube. I would love to. I love pushing people a little bit past their comfort zones to do things that they want to do. Another thing I'm kind of excited about. Let me pull it up. Alex. Oh shoot, Alex, what's your last name? Alex DeLuca. So after Pride Month, I met this guy named, I think it might be Alexander DeLuca. That's not, there it is. All right, Alexander DeLuca. I'm going to drop you guys his channel. So he did a video. He has some really nice vlogs, but he created a vlog for his Pride Parade experience and some of the other things that he did during Pride Month. He himself is gay. He's from Boston, and I invited him. I said, "Hey, I want to collaborate with you. I want to do something," because he lives in Boston. And so I said, "I want to hold up a free hug sign in the middle of Boston." He's like, "Whoa, that's way outside of my comfort zone. I guess I have to do it now that you've challenged me to do it." So we had planned so far next Sunday to go meet in Boston, hold up free hug signs. So I'm excited to do that with him. I would invite you to check out. I think he did a really great job with some of the things. I want to say he goes to Harvard. Apparently he's written a book. I sent him a message asking what his book is and where to find it. And I don't believe that he's answered that one back yet. And something else. Oh, another person. Kel. Damn it. Kel, what's your last name? Alex recommended this other guy named Kel. I'm trying to remember his last name off the top of my head. But I will be shouting out too as well. Also, Wednesday at 5 a.m., I'm going to be doing an interview with Wi-Fi Lifestyle. Her name is Catherine. She's from Australia, so she has a 12-hour time difference. So she's doing 5 p.m. I'm doing 5 a.m. So it'll be an early interview for Wednesday morning, but I'm looking forward to talking with her. She quit her, I think it occurred to me as like she talks about it as a mundane sort of job. She quit it and started working and creating online businesses. So I'm excited to hear from her what she's accomplished, what she's looking forward to, and what she's trying to do to help others. She has a pretty small channel. Actually, I'm going to share that with you guys as well. She has like a really small channel, but she has quite a few people following her on Instagram. Hold on a second. Let me put that in the chat as well. But I think she's very eloquent in her videos. There aren't like a ton of them, but I thought she speaks very well, and I'm looking forward to having her on. She currently has 4 subscribers. I know she's not doing interviews with other channels, so it'll be kind of curious to see how much her channel ends up growing just from being on this channel. I've been lucky enough to have, ranging from 30 to 100 views on any of these videos that are on the longer side. So I'm hoping she can interview with me for maybe an hour or two. I know it'll be nice and early, and for people on the West Coast or in middle of America, you'll have to be up either really late or be up really early to see that. So thank you, Sleep Master. I'm sure she'll appreciate it. But she talks about some good stuff over there. I would say similar in nature to some of the things I talk about, but she's an entrepreneur rather than a teacher. I think she has some valuable stuff to say. And her Instagram is filled with a ton of pictures of her traveling. think it's with like looks like a group of people she goes a lot of places with. So I'm excited for some of those upcoming collaborations. And I guess in the comments, or I don't know, wherever you guys want to, hey AJ, wherever you guys want to do it is let me know who are some of the people that you would say are similar to me, or other channels that are similar, that you would like to see me maybe interview or collaborate with. I've been really enjoying some of the like Google Hangout interviews. So I'm looking forward to doing that. That probably won't happen on Instagram, but I'll probably go live on Instagram and just say, hey, I'm about to go live, and maybe I can do Instagram at the same time. That would be interesting. Yeah, I might have to figure that out. All right, so thank you all for watching. For anyone that wants show notes, they're in the YouTube chat here, and I can throw them into the description as well. People on Facebook, I'm going to refer you over to YouTube as well. Also, I've been hoping to receive more, would love to receive some more letters for those that wanted to sort of anonymously come out to their community without them knowing it's them. On the other channel, I have offered to read out loud people's letters if they want it to be heard by people without it knowing that it's them. So I'm still open to receiving emails and or letters in the mail, and look forward to receiving those. There's a couple of people who said that they would, so look forward to receiving them. If you like this, give it a like. If you want more, subscribe. If you dislike this, give it a dislike. If you found that this was valuable and you'd like to share, and you think someone would gain from it, share with them. Thank you for watching. And stay, Josh, it should be in the mail. I'll tell you what, tomorrow I will check its status because I have the tracking numbers for those. I guess we'll watch Stonewall documentary. Got it. So yeah, Josh, I'll double check that. So thank you for watching. Stay weird, humans. Good night.